Unofficial Therapy, welcome back. It's your girl Waheeda. And today I'm joined by my lovely guest, Callie O'Day. Hi, beautiful.
How are you?
Now, Callie and I, we know each other. We've met before. Callie.
We have.
That was many years ago, girl.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, Greenlight NYC Radio, right? You came on and we listened to your songs and we chatted a bit. That was fun.
With it was really great. What's Say Word?
Greenlight NYC?
No, the guy Say Word. Say Word.
Oh, yes. He was on that as well. Yes. So now obviously 10 years later, there's so much happening with you, right? Recently, you went viral, girl.
Yeah, I did.
You went viral.
Very unexpectedly.
Very unexpectedly. And did you even want to go viral for something like that?
No, absolutely not. I actually didn't even want to go on the show. Me and Cam have one of his friends that I'm cool with, which is Sen, his co-host, kind of like told me to come on the show. And I was like, no. And we kind of went back and forth for like 3 days before I actually
decided to go. Yep.
And I still didn't want to go, but I did it anyway. Because me and Cam actually hadn't spoken for a year.
Oh.
And I think some people missed the beginning of the video where it says, Cam, let's see if Cam and Callie can become friends again.
Oh, so that was the purpose of the conversation. Because I thought it was cute. It was like therapy.
Yeah,
you know, and they were trying to like do like an intervention with you guys, which was cute. Yeah, but not cute because you felt, I know you had some feelings.
Yeah, I felt like the questions that they were asking me were very triggering. It's like everything that they asked me were things from the past that really upset me. And then I felt very tried.
So they knew how to poke at you. But that's okay. That's okay, because onward, forward, moving forward, that's what we're doing. So before we start today with Unofficial Therapy, talk to me about how you're feeling right now.
I don't really know how to feel. I feel, some days are really great. And some days I'm just like, I don't even know.
It's that human struggle. I think all of us, we forget that this is why we have to have goals. Right? Because goals and family, because that's what keeps us moving forward. The minute we lose sight of why we're doing things, we get into that weird space, right? What energy do you think that you're bringing right now to like your life and the things that you're doing?
I'm just trying to stay as productive as possible and just continue to keep moving forward with everything. Like, I feel like, it was extremely overwhelming, and I feel like it just made the situation even worse. Like, it doesn't allow you to process what you're dealing with because you're listening to opinions from the outside world of how people feel about you and what they saw based off, the like little 45 minutes that they witnessed between me and this person. And I don't think we could ever go through me and Cam's history in 45 minutes. We would probably need a docuseries for that.
So let's talk about when you met him. How old were you?
22.
So you were 22. And how long would you say that relationship lasts? Now, we're not talking about intimate, but just like it could have been, relationships change over time. How long would you say your relationship with him lasted?
Almost 2 decades.
Wow. That's a significant amount of time in your life.
Very.
So he was important to you.
Very.
Yeah. I mean, when I was looking at the content, I just kept saying, wow, this girl really cares. And does it pay off to care that much? Because all you do is like put yourself out there.
It's so complex. It's so many different layers to our relationship. So it's hard to say, okay, it was, we have a romantic side. We have a friendship side. We just the history is so long.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's been hard publicly breaking up with somebody that is been in your life, a part of your life for half of your life.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's a grieving process.
Yeah. Is that what you're doing right now?
Mm-hmm.
You're grieving?
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think you're grieving?
Because I feel like, I had a lot of time after, like I spent the entire year, last year, really reflecting on our history and how it made me feel more than ever because of some promises that were made the year prior. And I want to say the end of 2024, me and Cam were considering getting back together.
Oh, nice.
And
I like when we rekindle things.
Yeah.
It's usually better.
Yeah.
The second time around.
And we got into the disagreement. I wouldn't say, well, how do I explain this? It was Cam's idea that I move back to the West Coast, right? Be closer to my family. And I had let him know what was going on with my business and the landlord. And he said, he's shady, get rid of it. And I was like, but I think I should litigate this. And he says, you have 2 years left in your lease. Nobody wants to go to litigation court. Let it go. And I was like, but this is like something I put like $250,000 into. And this is something that, this is my only source of income.
Yeah.
So it's not that simple. Cam said, mind you, I'm in nursing school as well. I'm working on my BSN. And he said, move back towards closer to your family and we'll give you your own series about your life so people can know your story. Because I have a very, very interesting story. And I said, okay. So I ended up, the landlord had actually made a deal and I had reached out to him and I asked him for his advice. I said, do you think I should take this deal? I have 24 hours to make this decision. And his response was, I told you not to open that business anyway. And it was very dismissive. And I was irritated because I didn't feel like he was listening to me. And I got mad and I had said, I wish, Hud and Trail were still alive because I feel like you would have treated me better. Like maybe they could have been somebody I spoke to talk to him about how I'm feeling. That could at least maybe process a little bit more.
Okay. Friends do that.
Right. But it was a sensitive topic because, they're no longer with us.
Yeah, and that hurt him.
Yeah. And they were really great people to me.
Okay.
And I want to say better than any of his friends have ever been. And so I felt, like in the beginning, things were different. And it was kind of like I told him, it was like a reminder to remind him how long I've been here.
Mm.
And he took it one way and he didn't, even though it was hurtful for him, but some people say, oh, you should apologize. I don't feel like I should apologize because...
Well, think about it like this.
I apologize for hurting his feelings, but I can't apologize for you taking something out of context.
Yeah.
And you interpreting it wrong. I don't see the purpose in that. I feel like it was dismissive to what I was trying to say and what my situation was at hand.
Yeah.
And it just became a domino effect. So I ended up closing the business and it was extremely challenging being in nursing school and having to get a certification for employment and work through that entire year under that kind of stress.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was, mind you, I got rid of my car. I packed up my apartment.
Yeah.
And I ended up staying.
In New York?
Yeah.
Okay. So you stayed
So it was challenging closing a business. Nursing school is a different type of animal.
Yeah.
Like,
it's rigorous.
you could barely wash your clothes in nursing school and do the work.
It's academic.
So all of that was overwhelming, and him not acknowledging that really frustrated me. And I was angry the entire year. And then when we go on the show, you're asking me, loaded questions. And I forgot we were rolling.
Yeah. And a lot of the people in the comments felt like you were very entitled. They felt like, obviously males and females have different perspectives on like romantic interactions, and everyone had an opinion, right?
That's because they don't know how long I've been in his life. They probably think that I'm just some random girl, but that's not the case. And if you listen clearly, I clearly said, I don't care about the money. This is not about the money.
Yeah.
But we didn't even get to what it was about because we ended the conversation.
What do you think it was really about?
Well, what I just told you.
I think it's also about like women, we always want someone to take care of us. And it's not always financial. It's like, take care of my emotions, protect me, keep me safe. It's not, men think it wasn't financial.
No, it was emotional.
The willingness. You can't be stingy. Like, we see that, and we it makes us feel terrible when we think that we're giving all of our love and our attention to a man that's stingy with us.
It wasn't just, it's an emotional thing. It's like, I need you present with me emotionally. And that is the issue for me. Like, I need you to be understanding of what I'm dealing with. Like, how are we going to connect if you can't reach me emotionally?
Do you feel like you've ever dated someone that was able to?
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't require like a bunch of emotion. You understand?
Okay.
So it's like, it was just so automatic for them. I could just say, oh, you know what? I really need to get this done. It's done. I don't even have to think about it. Like, I've been in relationships where I could just turn my brain off. Like, I've had some really great relationships.
Why do you think this one was challenging?
When you're dealing with people in entertainment, I think that their ego is bigger than them sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'd say they're not used to having to worry about anybody but themselves, because so many people are so consumed with them that they feel like, I don't know.
Yeah. They feel like you're always going to be there, and you have to make yourself available to what they need. And it's really hard for them to give back.
It's very selfish. I don't care how famous I ever became. I would never stop being emotionally available to the people I care about.
To the people you care about. That's the key word. I was waiting for that. To the people that you connect with on a regular basis. Yeah. I think everybody's different though. And I think that as women, I don't know, I don't have any answers, but I believe that like it's so complex to have requirements of others, because a lot of the times we're asking for things that we're just never going to get. And it's like you have to fully evaluate the person and see, are they like capable of filling those responsibilities or filling that role?
Do they have the capacity?
Do they have the capacity? Because I think that's really the the issue that we have. A lot of the times we meet someone and we're like, oh my God, I think this person is so great and I see all these beautiful things about them. But that's because we're blindsided by, you know, our expectations, not necessarily their reality.
I would say more so familiarity in history with us.
Okay.
Because it's like we get together and it is so peaceful. Like we're just so used to being in each other's company. It's very natural. And but it's like out of sight, out of mind. Like when you're not in their presence, it's like, okay, did you forget about like, or you just continue to operate? I didn't get it. And I didn't want to.
So Cameron, was he the only person that you dated that was in the limelight? Or do you feel like you've dated other people that were similar to him?
He was really the only person I ever dated.
So then maybe that's why your expectations were that way. Because I feel like if you had dated more guys that were in the limelight, I think that you would have come to expect a certain level of like, you know.
Arrogance? No, I would never. Because there are so many people in the limelight that have relationships. I don't think that's it.
It's this human being.
It's just how some people operate.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that he was a different person, but I've known him so long.
Yeah. I think that people are good, though. I truly believe people are good. I believe it's all about how you approach them.
I don't think that. What do you mean?
Like, I feel like all men are good men. I just believe it's the way that we ask them questions. It's like you have to use a lot of like skills to like interact with them.
Oh no, girl, no.
You know what I mean?
I don't believe in that.
It's too much. It's
emotional
too much work.
labor.
No, it's so much work. It's so much.
I'd be like, I'm sorry if you can't meet me here. Then I'm just gonna have to leave you right here. I gotta go.
It's so much work.
No,
you know,
and that is what I will not do. Is put in that much work. Like no.
So talk to me about nursing school. What made you decide to go back to nursing school after having this singing career? I mean, obviously connecting with a lot of folks in the music business, you know, having this long experience in the music business, you go back to nursing school.
Well, my manager was actually my boyfriend, and he actually also funded my music projects.
Okay.
And we ended up breaking up.
Okay.
And I just felt like it was a lot of negativity, a lot of jealousy, a lot of just tension because it was a business and romantic relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we ended up breaking up, and I just decided that I didn't like the industry. I didn't like the people. I think they were very rude, very nasty. And when people are rude and nasty to me, you'll bring the worst out of me. I need to be around respectful, level-headed people.
Yeah.
That know how to conduct themselves, because I can't deal with the chaos.
Yeah. So you go back to nursing school.
I went back to school, and in 2019, I went back to school. I graduated with my associates in math and health science.
Yeah.
And that was 2021. And then I decided to open a business to help me get through nursing school. Some people will say, why would you do that? Because I wanted a passive income, because I had to figure out how to take care of myself. Mind you, I've lived in New York City by myself for a very long time, since about the time I've known Kim. So being that I lived here by myself, I didn't have any support. So I had to figure out a way to support myself on this journey. And I decided to open a business. I know it can run itself, conduct itself. I did all the research. And once I felt like majority of the work was done, I jumped back into school, especially before my credits expired, because you have a window of, when you may have to repeat courses because you have to do your prerequisites to get into a program.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So I got back in, and after 3 years, and some people will say, oh, you've been in nursing school for what they say 7 years. I'm like, that's not what happened. I've been in nursing school 1 year. Thank you. It's only a 2-year program. And, yeah. So I thought, like, people they just go left.
Yeah.
And they took it wrong because I said, I've been working at this.
Yeah.
This is something I've wanted since 2019.
And sometimes when you're doing multiple things, to be honest, it takes a little bit longer. Doesn't mean that you're not as committed. It just means that you're juggling many different things.
Right.
And you're trying to still get to the end goal with all the items that you're, that you're trying to manage. Mm-hmm. But do you feel like nursing school was the right path for you? Like, have you learned really good skills? Do you feel like...
I don't feel like you'll get those skills until you get in the field.
Okay.
It's not something that you can get by reading a book. Mm-hmm. It's like you need the experience.
It needs to be hands-on?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And talk to me about the music career, because you released a song. The song was great.
Thank you.
I love that song. I think a lot of women would agree that they feel that way. Like, mm-hmm. they feel like they were fumbled by, someone that they had strong emotions for. And
definitely.
Right?
Women get fumbled every day.
Right? Every day. Every day.
But I think women need to learn that sometimes it's not you.
Oh, it has nothing mostly to do with never you.
It has everything to do with that person, what their set goal is and what they're looking for.
And where they're at mm-hmm. right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe they see you and all they see is responsibility.
Right.
And they're like, hell no. Mm-hmm. Right.
And they know they can't meet you there. Mm. Or they don't want to because they just want access. Or,
Or it's easier to not meet you there because then they'll have to give up the life that they know. And mm-hmm. that's hard too.
Yeah. That is something but it can be hard if you're used to living in emotional detachment and you don't have any self-respect or self-control.
Yeah.
That's a different story. I think, and I see a lot of people operating in that space, and those are people who need therapy.
Callie, we talk about love mm-hmm. and we talk about mental health. How does your mental health impact the way you love?
How does it impact the way I love?
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm a different person depending on where I'm at. Like if I'm, there's been times where I've been at my highs and there's been times where I've been at my lows. And I think that it matters. Like when someone is behaving a certain way to you, you can't rush to say they don't love you. You have to ask yourself, are they like mentally able to? Because of what they're going through. Say, for example, someone loses a job. Right? You're dating someone completely different than if that person was thriving in their career.
Correct.
So I think like our mental health impacts the way that we love. And that's why it's important to like take stock of like where you are and also where the person is mm-hmm. that you're trying to love.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm a different type of individual. Mm-hmm. I feel like unless I'm just preoccupied with what I'm doing in that moment mm-hmm. and I can't give a relationship all that it deserves 100%, mm-hmm. then no, like right now I opt out of dating mm-hmm. because I'm focused on what I need to do for myself. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be unfair to a relationship to have to be this selfish. And I think that people who aren't financially ready, mentally ready, emotionally ready should not be dating.
That's right. But they are.
Because they're just feeding their flesh.
Yeah.
They just want someone to say they have someone. And while they're damaged on the inside, they're not thinking about how they're damaging other people.
I love that. Because I think that's so true. And I think that, how do we stop that from happening?
Once people realize that they need to become a whole person and really identify with what healthy looks like, repair their inner child.
Yes.
They will forever be in a dysfunctional relationship.
Correct. It'll just continue to be a cycle of dysfunction after dysfunction after dysfunction.
And toxicity.
Exactly. We talk about childhood. You brought that up.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your childhood. What was that like?
My parents divorced when I was 7, and my father didn't take it very well. And he had a very rough childhood. And I spent most of my childhood showing up emotionally for Daddy.
Okay.
And Daddy wasn't emotionally present for me. Because he couldn't sort out his own emotions. So I grew up having to, hold my emotions and learned to hold other people's.
Wow. That's tough.
It was extremely tough.
Who were you raised with, dad or mom?
My mom.
You were raised with your mom, but when you were with your dad, you found yourself doing that a lot. Wow.
That was even my mother wasn't a very emotional person, but she's a great mom. She did a great job, but she's not an emotional person. So she doesn't like to unpack emotions. She doesn't handle them well. Like, her mother passed away. She's like, I couldn't even cry. I was like, wow.
Yeah. My mom's kind of like that too.
They're older.
Enough. Yeah.
They're not used to all the mental health and opening up about their childhood and what they went through.
Yes.
But what you go through, your child will go through. So that trauma is generational and it's going to get passed down regardless.
Exactly.
So until you do the work and you unpack that, you got to carry your emotions and everything that your parents went through.
Oh my goodness. Who would you say was the most impactful for you as a child?
Like which parent or?
Yeah, which parent?
My mom.
Tell me why she's so great.
Oh man, she's still really amazing. Like, she has 5 children and she manages to make each one feel like they're the only child. Like, she's just like a super mom. And she just works so hard. She's just a great woman. Like one of those real sturdy, beautiful Black women. And I got a lot of her in me. Like, she taught me a lot, and you're a reflection of your parents.
That's right.
And I remember when Cam met my mother, he said, your mother got a good head on her shoulder. She knows a lot. I said, where do you think I get it from? Like,
now, what made you do that? What made you let him meet your mother?
Oh, well,
you were in love, girl.
No, he used to talk to her on the phone all the time because you got to understand, me and Cam, before we even dated, we hung out almost every day for like 5 or 6 years straight.
Wow.
So we were really close. And, my mom called, he get on the phone with her.
Yeah.
And then I had a birthday party in 2024 and they actually met face to face.
Wow.
And then me and my dad was there too. He met him too. And then for Thanksgiving, me and Cam spent Thanksgiving together 2024. And me, my dad, and Cam spent Thanksgiving with him and his friends.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful moments.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they took it out when they asked, but they asked a question like, what was your favorite moment with each other?
Yeah.
And I was like, when we spent Thanksgiving.
And does that remain your favorite moment with him?
I got to spend time with his son. Like, I've known his son since he was 7. I like absolutely adore him.
Wow. So how did you even meet Cameron?
Through his friend, Huddy, the one who passed.
Talk to me about that day.
They were looking for some people to do a film because he was shooting a movie for Cousin Bang, and Huddy said, "Yeah, I know some girls," and none of them wanted to go. The other girls, none of them wanted to come, and I was like, "Why? Like, he's Cameron. Like, what is he gonna do to you? Like, kill you? Like?" And they're like, "No, we're good. We just don't want to go." And I was like, "I'm going." So I went, and we met, and we became really cool. They were really cool, and they actually named me Callie.
That's beautiful.
That's the day they named me Callie because they knew I was from Cali. And after that, it was every weekend was like every day, like every other. What are you doing tomorrow? Let's hang out. Let's hang out, and we just hung out. And Cam was like one of my only friends. He was the longest standing relationship I had in New York.
Really? Mm-hmm. And you moved to New York in your 20s. Mm-hmm. And talk to me about why you moved to New York. What was the goal you set out for yourself moving to New York?
Honestly, my mother's family is from Panama, right?
Okay.
And I had met this kid from Panama, and he was from New York. And I always wanted to come to New York because I was like, oh, I want a courtier. I read this book called True to the Game. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, I want to, like, I just like how the men were in New York and how they treated the women.
Okay.
Because I feel like West Coast guys, you're going to definitely get a baby boy. So I was like, you know,
for sure.
So I was like, I want to go to the West Coast.
Yeah.
I just was infatuated. I was like, you know, I want to be one of those rich aunties.
Yeah.
And I want to drive. I wanted a compressor at the time, and I wanted to live in a penthouse. And
wow.
I was just always a big dreamer, and I was very adventurous. Mm-hmm. And I came and visited my friend, the Panamanian kid from the event that we met at in Cali. Uh-huh. And a friend of mine from high school, her parents were paying her rent in Washington Heights. Mm-hmm. And she had an apartment there, and we hung out.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with the city.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was a little bit similar to the Bay Area.
That's where you're
I
from.
went to high school.
Oh, you went to high school. Okay.
Yeah. I'm from Southern California as well.
Okay.
So Northern
SoCal.
and Southern. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's like metropolitan city. They have the subway, which they call the BART. They have like the bus system. The transportation system moves a lot faster than most other cities.
Okay.
Very similar. And then they're surrounded by water, and there are bridges to each, like from San Francisco to Oakland or San Mateo. And,
wow.
Yeah, or Vallejo. So it's similar.
So you moved to New York. Mm-hmm. And do you feel like you've accomplished the goals that you set coming here?
Oh my God, I did everything I wanted.
Yeah.
Everything. And one person will tell you, a lot of people will tell you, one thing about that girl, she's going to do everything she says.
Wow. Very determined. Mm-hmm. So talk to me about, what is a pattern you think you keep repeating in your relationships?
A pattern I keep repeating. I can't say I repeat patterns too much, but I will say every relationship was different. I'm one of those people, like, I learn usually the first time around, like, okay. But one pattern, what I say that I kept repeating was, you know, I feel like maybe like, how do I say this?
Do you ever think that you have high expectations of those around you because you give so much? It sounds to me like...
Oh, I do.
Based on what you're telling me, you're a giver.
Yeah, I am. I am a giver. And I do have high expectations for people. And I do set people to a certain standard.
Yeah.
And some people take that wrong.
Some people,
a lot of people
excel with those standards, and some people like kind of run from it, right?
Or they feel like, like I either require too much, or I'm not letting them be themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or some people don't want to be that accountable.
When you were arguing on the podcast, do you feel like that was a healthy argument?
No, not at all.
Because it went left really quickly for you.
Whew, it was so much said that like it was like it started with him asking me why certain girls couldn't come over.
Yeah.
And those girls did not like me.
Yeah.
And they were very nasty to me.
And why would you want to be around anyone?
You ask me why they couldn't come over, or why I didn't want them to come over. Why would I want to invite people in to a space that I feel comfortable to make me uncomfortable around people who've made it their duty to make me feel uncomfortable?
Do you believe, why do you feel like those women didn't like you? Did they do stuff? Did they say things?
They did. They said horrible things about me.
Oh.
Yes. They said things about me. They didn't know me. Like, I remember one girl coming up to me and saying, I thought you were faking your personality, but you've been consistently this person for a couple of years now. So I'm really starting to think that this is really who you are. And I was like, excuse me? Like, a lot. And I always say this because I had this same issue when I moved from Southern California to the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. And it's because I spoke so proper, right? And I always enunciate. My mother's and her friends used to laugh at me since I was little, like, say school. And I just say every syllable. So when if you make me angry, you will feel every word.
I love that. I love that.
But yeah, so.
Callie, would you say it's hard being a woman with like dealing with men or dealing with women? Because like when you're a beautiful woman.
Both.
Oh my God, it's so hard.
Both.
Don't you be cute walking around and be smart.
I was talking to one of my homegirls from high school, and I was giving her advice, and she said, you have always been such a great friend.
Yeah.
Like just somebody and you're the same person from high school. You've never changed.
Yeah.
No matter how many people were so jealous of your light.
Yeah.
And they weren't comfortable with themselves, and they hated that you were so comfortable with you. That had made other people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad you never let anybody take that from you.
Yeah.
Like, and it actually made me really emotional because I was like, oh my God, sometimes you think you're the only person who sees this.
Yeah.
But when people are around you and they've known you for that long, it's like, wow, I couldn't have made this up. And it's followed me throughout my entire life. Everything I ever did. I'm like, how are you jealous of my work ethic? We got the same 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really hard being a woman. I think women have to support each other a little bit more. I think we have to give each other grace. I always do my best to give grace first. Mm-hmm. I try my best not to even think of anything negative.
Right.
Like I won't let negative thoughts even come into my mind unless I see like a pattern of behavior that might indicate something negative.
Right.
That's when I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. Alarms. Mm-hmm. I need to be careful.
I recently had met a friend, and she was a very nice girl. We were really cool. And she had went through something personally in a relationship. And I had suggested that this wasn't the type of relationship she needed to continue, but she wanted to continue on in the relationship. And by all means, that was her choice. But she also introduced me to her other friends, and her other friends really started to take to me. And she told them to stop being my friend.
Oh.
And they were like, but we like her.
Well, you know why, Callie? People don't like sharing their friends.
But you invited me to hang out with you guys.
I learned that the hard way.
I don't know. So I actually backed up.
Yeah.
And kind of let it be. But she was like, it was just so unnecessary.
Yeah.
And I was her friend at one point until she started making it known that she didn't want my friendship for no. And I think some people feel exposed sometimes. Like, you may not be even judging them.
Oh, yes, for sure. All the time.
Because they feel like you may know too much or feel like, you know, you can see them too clearly. That makes them uncomfortable. And it's like, girl, I'm not here to judge you. Like, you asked my opinion. I was just being, I guess, too honest, or just, you know, wanting more for you than you want for yourself in this moment.
And that really might be it. We talked about everyone needing therapy. Why do you think therapy is so important?
Because not everything should be shared with everyone.
Oh, I love that.
And you need a private space, a safe space where you can communicate what you're going through, judgment-free, and to really somebody who's going to take the time to actually listen to what you're going through to help you process and really understand yourself.
Yeah. See, the thing is, we always need someone to talk to, but a lot of the times we're talking to people that either can't help us or can't hear us. And so, like, getting therapy really helps because you're paying someone to hear you out, you know, and then you won't need others to hear you out because you've had, you know, that conversation with someone who you value, respect, trust, right? All of us are dealing with so much. And I think the only thing that we can do is just come from a place of love, because every single time I've approached the situation without love being my core approach, it's never worked out well.
Definitely.
The only thing I have for you is love. That's all I have to give.
That's a great way to, you know, approach any situation.
Well, Callie, thank you for joining us on the Unofficial Therapy. It was such a pleasure. I want you to come back.
I would love to.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
And you're so beautiful. And I'm so proud of you. And I hope that you didn't let any of those terrible comments get to you.
Oh, man. No, because they're not true, but it was still upsetting to hear people talk about me like that don't even know me.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Take care.
You too.